I'm actually just pulled into my board meeting. Let me go and get out of here. Alright, bye. Thanks for the pizza.
Yeah, did you get it for us, Sheila?
Yeah, well, we typically order, don't we?
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't cut those any littler. That's irritating.
It's okay, I went into one whole slice. It's like
Yeah, me
fourth
too,
of
but
pizza.
still.
It's good shit.
Oh,
Is Mike Shannon gonna be here?
No, he's out of town at the OML conference in
Good,
Oklahoma
So just
City.
us ladies?
Yeah, I didn't know if our assistant city manager's gonna be here or not. I haven't seen her, so I'm assuming. Miss Carrie, you're the person, right?
no, ma'am.
No, it's me.
Shelby.
Oh,
I got
okay.
this.
Do you want me to press this? We can wait for a second.
Yep, I'm ready. Never been more alive. Good afternoon. The date is 9/21/2023. This is the regular meeting of the Convention and Tourism Board here at Guyman Main Street, 424 North Main Street. I am calling the meeting to order
What time?
at 12:02. Attendance and roll call and determination of quorum.
Carrie,
Present.
Shelby,
Present.
Emily,
Present.
Josh, Jason. Okay, quorum's been established.
Jason.
No. Jeremy.
Began with a J, so close.
My bad.
Oh, who's
I don't know. Yeah, my bad.
Item number 3, public comments. Hello, public. Anyone in the public wanting to make a comment today? Oof. Heavy cedars, okay. Item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve the minutes from the meeting of the regular meeting on August 17th, 2023. Anybody have a moment to look at those?
Oh, the minutes?
I reviewed those whenever they sent out the agenda. I motion to approve the minutes.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Item number 5, discussion and possible recommendation to approve the final report for 7 Days of Broadway Theater Camp. I got to see the theater camp and it was really awesome. The 7 Days of Broadway, they had 2 of them. It brought a lot of out-of-town kids into town. They used a lot of hotel rooms, as you can tell in the report. A lot of community involvement, which I thought was really nice to see. Everyone was really arms wide opening, and I was really proud to see Guyman Convention and Tourism as a sponsor for that. I really hope that they ask for funds next year as well.
I do too. I want to see that event come back.
So this is the first time I'm seeing this report, so I'm gonna go over. I'm just gonna read it. So it looks like they presented on 9/1. I don't think that's right, but it said the final report is complete. Yes. Are the receipts attached? Yes. Is the invoice attached with all the information required? No. Yes. Address or payment missing, but it's not listed as a requirement on the application. Is proof of the logo of the City of Guyman Convention and Tourism shown for advertising purposes according to guidelines? No. Banners for other entities are included, but not for the City of Guyman.
You're looking at the rodeo one, Sheila?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's the way. That's the way it's in order. I apologize.
The packet's put in order wrong.
Oh, I am so sorry.
No, and so,
Okay. Sorry.
yeah, now we're on the right
7 Days of Broadway Theater. There you go. Invoice is attached with all the information. No. Yes. Address for payment. We were good.
Yep.
Is the proof of the logo for the City of Guyman Convention and Tourism shown for advertising purposes according to the guidelines? No.
So does that mean they won't get awarded funding, or what does that mean?
Hi, guys.
I don't know. It is a requirement that they have our logo on any advertised material.
And so
Or some.
this was found to be negligent of any of the advertising?
Apparently, again, this is the first time I'm seeing this report, so I'm trying to review it with you real quick. I got it earlier, but I didn't see any
I
attachments.
knew that we were having, with the rodeo, I didn't realize that this one was an issue as well.
Yeah, I didn't see, like, and I don't know if their final report, if there was anything included, because on their final report, I just have the top sheet, so I have no advertisement, posters or pictures or
Yeah, there's
Facebook
nothing.
ads, so I don't have any of that. So I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that it was found that there was none on any of it.
I hate to think that you're with the rodeo. Yes, Deirdre.
Does it count if it says the city of Guyman on there?
Oh, this isn't for the 7 Days of Broadway. It's for the junior rodeo.
Oh, I
No,
thought you were talking about something else.
I
We're
moved
talking
to,
about both.
yeah, I moved to
I know
the.
7 Days of Broadway did a lot of stuff with the. They smeared the Guyman Convention and Tourism logo on everything.
Okay, I just,
Okay, because
So we're just talking just about the
like they
junior
didn't have
rodeo.
many flyers.
No,
like
we're not. We're talking about
7 days of
the
Broadway.
7 Days of Broadway. We are talking about item
Number
7 Days
five.
of Broadway.
Okay.
It was just, it was incorrect, in incorrect order, I
But
apologize.
look,
Oh, okay.
see, it's listed as no.
But it was on the back of their shirts. And I think it was on their.
So on
know
here
it's on
it
here.
says the city of Guyman on their flyer, and all the other like advertisement like on Facebook was just posting pictures. So are they supposed to put the city of Guyman on all their pictures on Facebook?
No, so the advertisement would be like the flyers or like their
Okay.
event page on Facebook, you know,
Okay.
and like put our logo on there. And if there was anything printed and it's like presented by, and it would have our logo. So like you'll see, like we did for the Home for the Holidays, whenever we printed anything, we put our sponsors on the bottom.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be on everything, but it does need to be like we are a sponsor.
Yeah.
And from
I think it
from
did
my knowledge,
suffice
just
that.
didn't say I didn't there. It's stating that none of it was seen. Or
I
they didn't
wonder
turn it
who
Yeah.
was
It's
looking.
only on the Sound of Music one, when they
Well-
advertised for that one.
Remember, they only got awarded funds for half of it because they hit
Yes.
their deadline late.
Yes, that's also true.
So they only got awarded for one of the programs, which was the Sound of Music.
I think one of the issues was is that it was not provided to the city in a timely manner. So that was part of the requirements was that they were supposed to present that proof in with the application. And I think several reminders were sent out to provide proof. So that's why the no was issued.
Okay.
So I'm a chairwoman. I'm not allowed to motion to approve anything, right? To like carry it into.
Yeah, you can.
So we don't have anything here presenting us today with advertising. Am I following correctly?
Miss Ginger? I'm guessing
So then
that's
I
your
motion to
signature, right?
table. I motion to table this.
Okay.
So we need to ask them to provide us with.
I motion to table
They,
this.
they were asked to by today's date,
Okay.
or prior to this, so yes.
Okay. I second to table.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay, I oppose. I know that they did it. I think that there just might be a mishap there, and I'm going to count on that. I'm asking them right now. Do we move on?
We'll just have to move on. I mean,
It's tabled. I just don't. I mean, I guess I can approve to table it, but that doesn't mean it's not been shot down for funding, correct?
No.
No, it just means it's tabled
It's
to our
tabled
next meeting.
until our
Yeah.
next meeting.
Because if you oppose to that,
I
then,
approve to table it. I'm sorry. My passions and my Theraflu are getting to me. Okay, item number 6, discussion and possible recommendation to approve the final report for the Northwest Oklahoma Junior Rodeo. So now we pull back up to the rodeo one.
Yes.
Let me find that in my stack. Here we go. I see we have someone with the rodeo in the audience. Hi, thank you so much for coming. No, you're fine. You're right on time, right up for your item.
So it looks like this is the same banners, that there was no convention and tourism logo, or at least what was presented on the final report. There was no flyers or on the radio advertisement, if they had any. It looks like the local legend.
Should have received a picture of the jacket, because that's where I wanted to go.
I'm sorry, do you mind coming up? I apologize, I can't hear you.
We're deaf up here.
Yeah.
Should have received a picture of the jackets that we do, because that's where all of our sponsors go.
Ms. Ginger, did we?
Do you have a picture of that?
I do not. I may actually have one in the pickup. I don't remember if it's last year's jacket or this year's jacket. Can I go look that quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, if Panhandle Printing did the advertisement, we wouldn't have to worry about the logo not being on there. I also want to redo the convention and tourism logo. Eventually. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's a little outdated.
I think I ran the numbers for this. I need to go, I think I sent them to Mike
For the rodeo?
for this junior rodeo.
Can I ask a question not related to this for a minute?
Yeah, we may not be able to discuss it.
No, it's fine.
but-
It's just like a random question. If there was a church that was building basically a sanctuary that would be like, it's going to be fit for concert sound and stuff, and they're wanting to use it or utilize it as a venue for events and stuff, would there be a way for them to request like help with the funding of like renovating it? Or
Could be, I mean, I can't, that's something that would probably have to be brought to this board or to Mike or
Okay.
Ginger.
okay.
So the one I have is actually 2021's, so that does us no good. I just texted Amanda, who submitted that report, to see if she had sent a picture, so.
Okay.
Do we need to table this one too and then come back to it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A motion to table this?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Moving along. Item 7, discussion on possible recommendation to update the convention and tourism guidelines for funding of events. I know me and Carrie got some stuff submitted over. Did you have time to look over this at all, Emily?
No, honestly, a lot of it is over my head.
That's
So
it's okay.
I'll
I'll
need
just
it
give
a
more
little,
2 cents.
might need it a little bit dumbed down, honestly.
So on the report that I did, there's highlights in yellow and in
Yes.
green. The yellow ones are ones that were 100% like approved, that we have all agreed on. The greens were suggestions from either staff and or board that we probably need to discuss. I know some of it, we had to go and reference our ordinance, so I did go back and I've got a copy of the ordinance, just on what it was, and I've looked at the state ordinance as well, and it pretty much mirrors ours.
Awesome.
So section 7-405 is use of funds. And I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to this, it's very vague on what is allowed. Or what isn't allowed, I'm gonna say that, because it just says, promote fostering conventions, conferences, tourism, development within the city, promote of agriculture, recreation, commercial industry, education, economic events, or development for the city, and solicitation of visitors for attractions, events, tourism, conferences, conventions, and meetings within the city. So that's kind of like all that it shows. I think it's like 8 pages, maybe more. Yeah, I lied. It's 11 pages, and that's all I've seen where it says restrictions of funds. So one of the big things was, so in the proposed guidelines, number 3, it says that we recommend to the city council that 75% of all of the hotel motel revenue be budgeted for our promotional items, the brochures, conventions, travel, training, gift baskets, gift items, or other, this board has authority, is 75% of what's collected
Every year.
every year.
And what percentage are we currently using right now for what is supposed to be allotted?
Because that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
So right now, so basically what that would mean is that 75% of the funds you have to give out. And it could be categorized in different things. So that's what would be your budget. And the rest of it would go to capital improvements or go to transfers. So right now, let me see. Your total expenses. It's 40. Where's our budget? Yeah, 403,252.
Seems like a lot of that is irrelevant. And that was.
So right now, we are, or this board controls about 57% of the budget from this year. Not control, but y'all have the option to move it around. So this is saying 75%.
So in that 75% that's presented here, conventions and travel seem a little vague to me. Is that meaning like our Home for the Holidays events, our like conventions that we're hosting in town? And then travel, is that travel for city employees to learn about convention and tourism or to promote our town, or?
That's what the travel will be within your budget. So yeah, so it could, whether it's us going to tourism conferences or travel and training for our board members. So
Interesting.
I know that we kind of had a group at our public meeting about doing a big convention center or sporting complex. Would any of that fall underneath the 75% budgeted?
That's more of a capital, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That's why I feel like it should be a lot lower than 75.
Yeah. Do you have any recommendations, Sheila?
I'm being honest, I thought 75 was a little low, not high.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, again, and it was just kind of dependent on what we've already approved. Not that I have an opinion about like where, but it's just what's already been approved for the future years for capital improvement for the next couple of years. But again, that 75 is a recommendation. It is not something.
But this 75 isn't talking about the capital. It's talking about the other.
Yeah, and I'm saying I thought 75, like it would be a little too high for this purpose because
Yeah.
of the capital that we've already approved.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It may have been. Kind of just depends on what our revenue is, and it fluctuates every year.
So Shelby, what do you think the percentage should be?
I don't know. I have a clouded brain today. I can't think clearly. I do like the formula on item 5A, the formula for consecutive years of funding will be
Decrease.
decrease. First year 100%, second year 75, third year to 50%. I think that's really nice, and that is very helpful for first time events out here because those first few years of funding are
Okay,
people
so
get
it would be 100% of what we offer per day. Does that make sense?
Which is the 2,500
Yes,
on the AA
per day.
right here. 8. Go to line item 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not funding their event 100%. We're saying that we will fund 100% of what we offer per a day.
Oh, which is 2,500.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it weird to think that the percentages should be switched? Like
Well, where would
between,
the 75% go then?
well, I'm saying like towards the entertainer, speakers, etc. I feel like that should be the 75 and the 25 should be on advertising.
Where
I
are
don't
you
know, as long
looking
as we
at?
got the billboards off there.
8B.
Oh, okay. I've skipped a. But
Let's stick back with
yeah.
the-
So on the events, y'all like the formula? That was one of your suggestions to take it out, but if
The which one?
the formula for 5A?
5A.
I do.
Okay, so we're good with that, perfect. The second one is 5C, and it just says that we're provided plastic sacks. So something that we haven't done in a while is provide bags, and this says sacks, for events, for giveaways and other material. Like if we have like our OML conference or all of our leadership groups, that we would provide bags. I highlighted the plastic sacks, and I think it should just say bags. I think we can get, plastic is a little bit more expensive these days, and you can get those woven recycled.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing.
Okay.
I'm okay with changing that.
Okay. 6A, application for funding. It was requested from somebody at the board that we take away, there'll be no exceptions. And this is, 6A states, funding will only be awarded to nonprofit applicants. Only the persons who have financial legal authority to appropriate and spend money for the association applying for the grant funds can sign and be presented at the event of the board. Be present in the event of the board. There will be no exceptions. I don't know why there wasn't a lot of explanation as why there should be no exceptions.
I think there should be exceptions.
Yeah.
Okay. For what portion of that? Like they have to be present to get it?
Yeah, I think if you can submit it and you have all this paperwork, I'm okay if you're not.
Well, I
here
think
present.
but isn't it talking about the person that's in charge? Basically
It's
saying.
whoever has
that's the
authority,
person
not the
who
person
needs
in charge, just whoever has authority
Okay.
to speak on behalf of them. So do y'all want me to take that out?
I do.
to. I would say, yeah.
Seven Days on Broadway, she just had a baby a week ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she does great things, and so I hate that she's missed this deadline by not submitting pictures that I know that are out there. So I do think that there should be exceptions out there.
I think this is the application proportion of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But, and I think we kind of stated that a couple years ago because people were just submitting that, and then we had questions, and we couldn't have anybody to question.
Okay.
Okay, so we can take that, and then we'll send it to council. 5B was another change. It was $10 to $15 per basket. The range I put was $50 to $75.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little,
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah. 6B, I changed it that we would meet on the third Thursday, not the third Tuesday. 6C, just changed our address. 6D, changed our fiscal year. On 8, as our funding requirements. On A, the events are eligible up to $2,500. Were we good with that? I had a couple of suggestions for different numbers.
What is it currently at right now? What are we changing it to? From and to?
So it's been about $2,500 that we've asked for, or that's what we've kind of had our max at.
Okay.
But when we pulled up these guidelines, it was at 2,000. Remember, we just found these guidelines.
Yeah.
I think if we went up at all, I would just say to 3, but I'm fine with it at 25.
Yeah, I am too.
Is there a way, I think 25 is great, but is there a way for us, do we need to be sure we go over these every year to mark inflation and
Yeah.
just kind of
Yes,
reflect
ma'am.
back onto those? Because I would like to. But I'm okay with 25.
Yep.
8B says the same thing, that the board will match an applicant's advertising budget up to the maximum of $2,500. And then it says per each day of the event that brings overnight hotel stays. Then it says 75% of the grant funding awarded to applicants needs to be spent on advertising. I didn't like that.
I feel like that's too much. Like, I don't think you're giving enough to the other.
Well, and I think another big thing about that is when these were created, advertisement was a lot more expensive because we had to do it through newspaper and radio. But with the social media, we don't do a lot. So it's saying that if somebody gets the $2,500 from us, they can basically 75% has to be used on
Yeah.
So I would like to remove that.
I think in my thing, I wanted 8B removed, period, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why we can't.
Yeah,
I don't think there should be a limit on,
I think it needs to be
you know,
removed.
how you spend it, as long as you have some advertising, but just
Yeah.
not. Because like advertising is so much cheaper now, even with like banners and flyers printed,
Or
you know.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Or
they're like
Facebook. I mean,
$25, yeah, for a
or
banner
like
now.
even not a rodeo ad, a radio ad. Those aren't that expensive either.
Yeah, they still are.
Oh,
Here.
they are? Oh, I've never gotten one, so I wouldn't know.
A, C, A, I like the A and B, and I think the C, D, and E need to be removed.
Yeah, so A and B are the new ones that I put on there. C, D, and E are the ones that are.
Yep.
Yeah. I
And
don't
all
think
it's
we
saying
need
is the
that.
money that you do use for advertising, 75% of it needs to be for people 40 miles or further. Which, and you can show that with your Facebook
Everything.
analytics, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's the end of it. So, can we get a recommendation how do we want to
On
do it?
3,
Yeah, well, it's a recommendation, or we're going back to 3?
I think that's the only one that we need to kind of
Yeah.
discuss, and then we can recommend it to the board or the council, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, even if we keep it that, or if y'all want to move it, that's fine. But if something goes through to council, you know what I mean? Again, this is a recommendation. So
Right.
like if something comes up and it's like a big project, council can always override it.
I can motion to approve these.
You want it left at the 75?
For number 3.
I don't know. I normally don't.
I'd almost take it down.
Jill, what do you
Slightly.
recommend? Our economics development
Well, I mean,
expert.
it just depends on what, on the projects that we have that we've heard from. I mean, we're at 57% that we're doing right now. I mean, we could
Let's
leave
move it to
it.
60%.
Yeah, or we can say
Let's recommend
60%.
I was gonna say
60%.
65.
Yeah,
60.
let's do either one of those, 60 or 65. And then we can get their feedback and see what the council,
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get an action to recommend the updated convention and tourism guidelines with discussed changes?
Verbatim.
Yeah.
I would need to write that down.
I recommend to update the convention and tourism guidelines for funding of events. Per
With
discussion.
With discussed changes?
Yes, with discussed changes.
Can I get a second?
Oh, I second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Discussion of possible recommendation to alter the CT schedule of regular meetings for the remainder of 2023. I know that Josh Stetzer is a school teacher, and he says he can't make it during the day. What do we need to do here? I remember that Mr. Shannon made it very adamant that there was no special meetings to be allowed or scheduling changes. What is recommended here?
You recommended this letter.
Oh, okay, great.
So that would mean that there would be special meetings for the rest of the year.
You recommended to go ahead and find a time that works for you.
And so how does that work with staff? How do we know what time works with staff?
No,
Well, usually they
we'll
do-
figure it out.
Yeah, they just have to, the staff will have to cover it, so it'll have to be what covers us.
I was gonna say the parks is at 5:30.
Yeah.
Whenever we have those, so. I mean, I don't see why we couldn't do that.
So are we still going to do them on Thursdays?
I like Thursdays. I'm a Thursdays girl.
Tonight would have been a parks board meeting, so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe we
But
should
they're
do it on
every
the-
other month, so
On the second Thursday of the month?
I think it's the,
Ours is the,
today's the
Third.
3rd.
Ours is the third Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we do ours the third Tuesday of the month? At 5:30? That'd be the Do we have to just make this recommendation?
Was
and
there a
then-
recommendation for you? Did he tell you, did anybody say what's gonna be a good day?
I think Ursula had messaged him, and I don't think he has, I don't think anything has been set in stone. for
Okay.
that, or like a recommendation from him as well, so. Yeah, I'm not sure even during football season or even athletics season, but, you know.
Yeah.
I know Wednesdays was a recommendation, just because schools don't hold functions on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Thursdays is, he's junior high football and high school football.
So we need to do Wednesdays? I can do Wednesdays.
I can't.
Oh, just kidding.
I have church,
Yeah.
especially at 5:30. Like I have worship practice at 6. So unless we could have a 30-minute meeting, I can do Tuesdays, but or Mondays.
Tuesdays, we have a lot of meetings. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard to, without some sort of guidance from anybody else, and especially people that can't make it today, to recommend a time that works.
Yeah.
So I guess my motion would be, I motion to have the discussion of holding evening meetings at a time that's set for everyone.
Applicable parties.
Yeah, applicable parties. Basically, we're just moving it from noon to evenings at this point, and
Okay,
that would be my recommendation.
then I'll go ahead and second that.
It's just a recommendation. I don't think we need
Oh,
to.
she
Okay.
said motion. So
I
I
we're
don't
just
know.
trying to be super professional over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Item number 9, board and staff comments.
So I have your budget in front. It's the last 2 pages. So currently, we've collected, we're 66.67% through the year. We've collected 65.75%. Just remember that we're always a month behind when it comes to collections. We give them 10 days to submit all of their receipts, and there are some that are still a little low. So our current collections is $462,208.81, and then our current expenses that are services is $65,099.51, and the total that has been transferred is $191,400. So it looks like we have, they didn't put it out here, but I can do the math real quick if you need to.
It's been slow.
So it looks like we have a little over 202,000
Yeah, makes me feel better.
as a net profit.
okay.
And then the collection, the hotel motel collections is on the next page.
So part of our promotional items for the city of Guyman, does convention and tourism fall forward with, or fall under the lines of giving out updated brochures to all of the big work projects coming into town? We're about to have the groundbreaking. We're going to have several hundred workers in town for that. The highway contractors, are we going to be giving out those promotional items to those people as well, talking about our town and events we have coming up?
For our brochures, yes.
Yes, okay. Okay.
And our brochures do have, and I know Carrie came to get some more the other day, and we may need to update it. One of the hotels said we had some information wrong. It's one of the lodge motor. But I think we have a box left, and we have them out in all of our hotels. I even had, it was Best Western that came, right? Best Western actually came to get some more because she said that she just runs out of them so quickly. So
Yeah, at Bob's we have them laminated and hanging up, so whenever people come in, they can take pictures of them and see all the
yeah,
food.
and then
Do we
that
have that
QR
updated?
code goes to the My Guyman Life app that is
Okay.
updated. So we have the calendar on there as well as the event Loki that just kind of is like, hey, this is what's coming up.
I passed them out at all
Make
of
sure we
the
push that.
OPSU, so all of the new people that are coming through there
Awesome.
Great.
have those over there as
Where are we
well.
at on updating that brochure to print new ones for the year of 2023? Because that one was a year old already. The one that we are handing out.
Yeah,
Are we gonna do that annually or?
I don't know if we need it annually.
I'm thinking maybe
It could be
every
more
other
an as
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's the only difference I seen.
Uh-huh.
Because it was done last year, because we have downtown lounge on there.
Okay.
There may be a few things that have, well, maybe one thing, I think the only thing
put
is.
Jack's on there and it wasn't even built yet.
Yeah, I think the only thing that needs to be removed or changed, not removed, is Banditos is now another Mexican
A
restaurant.
different
Okay,
name.
kiddo.
Yeah.
Okay. A board comment I'd love to make before we adjourn is I saw Fiesta Days and I really appreciated everyone at the city of how hard they'd worked with getting the generators out there, the porta potties, making sure that the lake was somewhere for people could have their events. So I'm happy to see that for Fiesta Days. I hope to see that for Home for the Holidays and other events that we keep on having out there. Parks Board off to my left, shout out. All right, I motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second.
Are we adjourned? We're adjourned.
Go home and take a nap.
Oh, yeah.
She put it up there.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
How are you, dear Jack? Huh?